We are back. We are back. Listen, make sure you like the video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building. This time, honey, I am back to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is season 16, episode 12. I forgot a few parts that were very crucial in my last review. One was Shamia asking Porsha, why can't we be the friends that we are off camera? Like, why can't you be that Porsha, the one, that's with me off camera, but you are like in this superficial friendship with this superficial woman who mainly cares about herself. She's very narcissistic. I feel like Porsha is in a competition with Shamia, and it's like she keeps losing. She keeps losing, and I think that she loses up against Shamia because Shamia is a better person than Porsha, but she still ain't about shit either, and we will clock it a little bit later. Okay, so do you get my drift? Okay, Shamia ends up winning over Porsha because she's the better person. It's kind of like God or the universe is always going to bless, the better person. Porsha knows how to act like a good person, where I feel like Shamia actually is. She has some of the characteristics in her personality that Porsha lacks. Like, she's empathetic. Like, she's willing to listen. She's humble. Probably sometimes a little too humble. They both, though, are incomplete packages of each other. Shamia will never be the star, of this show that Porsha is. She just, it's not in the cards. She's not giving, I don't know, though. There may be some potential in the future, but, she just ain't gonna be the star that, Porsha is, because I just don't feel like it's just in her. It's something about this show that is a disconnect for her, right? And that may not be a bad thing. But yeah, the fact that you have to ask somebody to be the friend that they are when y'all not on camera, okay? Could you be that person? The fact that Porsha was moving the damn silverware, Porsha got up. Porsha is very narcissistic. She's only concerned with self. She's literally at that table. And I know I went through this with an ex of mine, where he was like, Brandy, just make things easy for me. And I'm looking at him like, bitch, do you think things are easy for me? Why do I have to, put my feelings on hold for you? Who the fuck are you? So that is kind of what I'm getting from Porsha, to Shamia. Make it easy on me, and I'm already going through a hard time. Didn't nobody tell you to walk in that lady house and walk out with her husband? Okay? Similar to, and I know y'all gonna be like, you shouldn't make that comparison, but similar to the whole Diddy, Ryan Leslie, Cassie situation. What? The man Ryan was with her first, and then you end up with his woman, and because you got more money and you feel like you the better person for the situation. That's how narcissistic people are. They take over other people's relationships. They don't give a damn. And some of that behavior is actually good for business, but it's not good for personal, because you come off as if, you don't give a damn about other people's feelings. Therefore, the universe will not give a fuck about yours. That's why you ain't really getting no empathy from the people that's watching this show, Porsha. We don't care. that you crying over this man, that he discarded you, you know, like, we don't care because you got with him for the wrong reasons at the wrong damn time. Okay? So, yeah, it's a shame. This bitch was in the bathroom saying, "You're okay." Porsha, girl, it is not that serious. It is not. Shamia was shaking her head. It's a mess. Shamia says she hates that they are leaving the restaurant without resolve. And that's another thing I noticed in some of my relationships. It was this theme of like not getting any resolve, not working on issues. The person couldn't admit fault. You know, all of these characteristics, you guys, are that of a narcissistic person, because we all have faults. You know, nobody is perfect. And I think that you can move through something and work it out the way like Shamia was willing in the moment, but she's not partnered with a person that can do what she's able to do. She actually has a lot of emotional intelligence. Porsha don't have that. Porsha is all about herself, me. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, they don't care about how bad things are, just on how they look. That's why she kept saying, "Yeah, I'm a fucking asshole. I'm just a horrible friend." Because she cares more about the image of being a friend than actually being a good friend. And that is how a lot of narcissistic people are. They're very superficial. Everything is about how it looks on the surface. For instance, look at her marriage to Simon. All them damn weddings and the cake and, oh, we in Africa. Oh, we over here having a wedding. And then the man discards you as if you never existed. All the sex you had. Okay? All that giving it up on the first night, honey, for what? Just to be treated like that? Okay, then you talking about your daughter. I don't even believe the shit she say about Pilar, but let's just entertain this broad. She says that, oh, well, she asks about Papa. That girl ain't asking about that old ass, ugly ass man. You are, but you willing to use your daughter. Okay, so, yeah, but he ain't responded to her. He ain't gonna respond to you. I told y'all once, and I will tell you twice. The next time, Miss Robinson ain't gonna be so nice. If these people don't give a fuck about you, they don't give a fuck about your kids. Please stop using them to be manipulative so that you can get your way out of a situation, okay? Stop doing it. Where Shamia went wrong, yes, I am kind of re-going over the last part of the last episode, then I'm going to get into this episode. Where Shamia went wrong, and where you will go wrong if you do what Shamia does, is when she says to Porsha, because she's like bowing down and acquiescing to her, and you don't want to do that. Whenever somebody is wrong, and it looked like in this relationship, it's Porsha that has more of the onus on her, you want to keep the onus on that person. You don't want to say things like, oh, well, I hold things in, that way I can handle our friendship with care. Stop doing that. It's not working. You're just placating to that person. That's why Porsha is reacting like this, because Porsha is used to getting away with so much. It's just like when you hold her accountable, it's like it's against the fucking law. It's like, what is you doing? You hold me accountable? When do we do that? We don't do that with me. Like narcissists. That's how, and I remember being in relationships where I was like, you know what? Let me just, honey, at that point, I didn't know no better. Now, Miss Robinson got their ass back, though, later on, though. Y'all know I'm petty. But I found myself a couple of times, like, saying, you know what, let's just move on, and, I'm sorry. And then they would say they sorry, and then we could move on. You don't want to do that. You always want to own your feelings, honor your feelings. Like, if you really is sad or hurt by what somebody is doing to you, you want to let them know that, and you want to keep that on them. Only take accountability if you feel like you did something wrong. But when we find ourselves placating to other people's feelings, that way they don't have to feel uncomfortable. That way they don't have to share in the blame. That way they don't have to take accountability or responsibility for how they are treating us. You know, we're not doing the friendship we're doing the friendship a disservice when we do that. So, and Shamia is contradicting herself. And that's why, another reason why Porsha don't take her seriously, because Shamia is not consistent. All of this stuff she's doing, it's new and it's on camera, and that's why it's so much for Porsha, because she's like, bitch, this is not how we move, you know, behind closed doors. And I'm going to say this about Shamia. She's a beautiful woman. You know, she has the husband. She has the wealth. She don't dress like it, though. To me, Porsha dressed like it more than her. See, I told y'all, these two people are incomplete packages of each other. They both have what the other one needs. Like, Porsha needs Shamia's ability to be patient with people and caring and, you know, like, to really be in the present moment with people. I noticed that with Shamia, where Porsha is always in the future or talking about the past. And she often, even if she moves on from situations, she ends up right back. Okay, we sitting up here talking about Cordell, but bitch, you keep having these situations that end up just like the Cordell situation. So it's like, girl, you're not learning. You're not moving forward. Like, nothing is happening. So it's really sad. But let's move on. We got her and Kelly. They are planning a trip. Shamia and Kelly, they're planning a trip because, you know, they want to get this girls group, honey, back on the right track. Kelly wants to go to the Caribbean. I really like Shamia and Kelly together more than Porsha. I think Porsha probably will be more of a fit for Phaedra. So the girls are going to be going to Grenata. And I was like, okay, that's gonna be cute. But yeah, like I said, I feel like Porsha and Phaedra would be more of a fit together. They're both delusional, you know, larger than life. They think that they bigger stars than what they really are. So yeah, that type of delusion needs company. Okay, we got Frack and Whack. Okay. I used to like them back in the day, and now I really see both of them for who and what they are, Phaedra and Porsha. So yeah, Phaedra was a very big disappointment on Married to Medicine. She didn't give anything, and she felt like she didn't have to. That's why she didn't, because she feels like Bravo has her on this pedestal. And then I didn't like this shit that she said on Watch What Happens Live. Oh, yeah, I always knew I would be back. Andy was like, bitch, please, because for a long time, we didn't fuck with you. we chose Candy over you. So I didn't like her fake confidence when it came to that, because I was like, girl, you were fired. Like, the network was not fucking with you, so I'm going to need you to have some humility, Phaedra. And I remember when they first kicked her off, she was sad and embarrassed about it. But then she was like, yeah, I'm happy to be off the show. It was too much drama. Then we all of a sudden start seeing her in all these shows, you know? So it's like, which one is it? And then it ended up being, oh, well, it's sinking like the Titanic. And then when you on Married to Medicine, yeah, that show is better than this show. And girl, it's a mess. Then she was saying Married to Medicine was better than Real Housewives of Atlanta. So, like I'm saying, you're not dealing with a real person, okay? Let's have a real conversation. And Phaedra is full of shit. Okay, she is. And girl, you better be bringing Apollo along with you. Apollo makes her interesting. Apollo has a way of holding Phaedra accountable and responsible for her actions. He has a way of making her look bad. Like putting all her shit out there. The shit she tried to cover up and yeah. So, girl, better share some screen time with Apollo. Kelly says she's been going through this divorce for over 2.5 years. To that big ass nigga. Ugh. Girl, next time get you some eye candy. You bitches out here. I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. And then he was a big guy. He didn't even have like a good character about him. But that's how the niggas is, though, when you break up with them. Like, when you with them, it feels good and, they treating you well. And then when y'all break up, it's you dealing with a totally different person. They done got the cootie cat. They done got to play in your face a few times. So, yeah. But, girl, you better get you somebody fine next time dealing with all that nigga for all these years. Her attorney bill is $158,000. All of that to get away from somebody. That's why I don't want to get married. It's not something that I need. I don't mind companionship, but all this paying to get away from you. When Miss Robinson, we know I don't follow the rules. We know I'm going to do what I want to do. When I'm ready to go, I'm just going to go and be with whoever I want to be with. So all these rules and you still married, are you separated? I ain't got time. It's you not treat me right and I'm ready to go. And I'm gone, nigga. Kelly says she feels like her ex just wants her soul. Yeah, he wants you in a puddle of tears. He wants you to suffer. That's not love. I'm a fan of the type of love where it didn't work out and I wish you well. And, that's the type of person I am. Like all that trying to, this woman has children with you. So if you drain her financially, you're going to put her in a situation where she can't provide for these children. And I know she's the one that has them the most. Do you see what I'm saying? How some of these men get down. That's not right. We got Porsha, her mom, and her sister, the Delulu twins. They with her too. Why are you looking at a $4 million house? Can you even afford this? She says she's looking at houses because, hell, it's going to be almost time for her ass to leave Simon's house. You should have been left that man's home. Okay? You should have been left that man's home. At first, I was like, okay, Porsha, go ahead and film in the house, girl. But you should have just gave that man his house. That's why he got upset and got on the social media. I'm not saying that Simon was right, you guys, okay? That's not what I'm saying by doing that. I'm just saying that man had a reason. A person is not going to part with their home. You know what I'm saying? So I think she was a bit delulu, but Porsha knew she was coming back on the show and she was asked out and she was embarrassed. So it's like, at least let me have this house. I'll have that to show for myself. But yeah. In the words of Kenya, honey, next time don't get married for a check. I can't believe I'm over here quoting Kenya, honey. Bitch, I'm going to be saying 40 and fabulous, bitch, like I just stepped off the runway. Wait till I turn 40, I'm going to be saying it. Shout out to Kenya, honey. Bring her back. Shit, I never thought I would say that, but this show is dry without Kenya. It's dry. And Brit, you whack as hell. You couldn't even pull off an event. Kenya always pulled off her shit. Half the cast would be against her and Kenya would still pull off some top tier shit. And it's like, girl, you struggling. But we go get to it. Okay, so we are at Brit's event. I liked Shamia's Balenciaga suit that she had on. Brit looked cute. She did not advertise her Spanx, that she is selling. She has this body shapewear, and it's just like, girl, you could have wore it there and gave the girls an idea of, your product. You always want to remind people about your product, but yeah, girl, she get there, the damn event ain't even set up properly. She's blaming it on the damn party planner. The party planner has came out and said that Brit never compensated her for the event. I was like, damn, Brit. Then she only had enough food to feed the cast, but had like all these extra people there. And she barely had enough food to feed the damn cast. They was talking about how they may have to share some food. It was a mess. Girl, you should have put that card down and had somebody run to the Popeyes, honey. Say, girl, have Popeyes or somebody come cater, or just have some like little finger sandwiches. You ain't have to do nothing. A few fruit trays would have filled them bellies up. You just, I don't know. I feel like Brit came on this show. I can tell by her tagline, like she was trying to emulate and imitate Kenya mixed with some Nicki Minaj, but honey, it's not giving. The girls are not buying. Okay, we're bored. Shamia, you're not really giving. And you gave that first episode, those first couple of episodes, I was feeling you, and then you ran out of gas because it's not real, and you're not really for this show. I think you are a girl's girl. You like to party, you like to have fun. Like you're very surface, but I don't know. I just don't see Shamia, being a star on this show. I don't see Brit being a star. I see Angela being a star. I see even Kelly rising, but she will have to unalign herself with some people, and we got to see if she's willing to really do that. Child, they tried to go golfing in their heels, and you could just tell that Brit was just trying to make the best out of this sad ass day, so it was a mess. I love Drew's hair. I love the hair color on her, and you're going to see me with that hair color real soon because I love it. I was like, yes, honey, I love it. We see Angela and Charles, honey. I love that Angela invited her man. Another thing is, I'm sick of Brit's husband. Like, he gives brother. That's what he gives. He doesn't give anything. He's not memorable. He's not like a Peter Thomas, not even an Apollo, with the criminal activity, honey, keeping us entertained. This man ain't got nothing like going on. He just there, just like her. And it's like, oh, don't bring them back. Brit greets Angela. Angela greets Brit. I really like Charles. Charles is the type of person where he's no nonsense and he don't give a damn about what anybody got to say. My type of guy. I love it. So Angela says in front of everybody, Charles does not have a side baby. Come on, bitch, and get ahead of this damn story. I love it how she just owns it and she's not embarrassed or, trying to cover stuff up. Like Brit, she got a lot of rumors out here about her husband, honey, liking the other team, honey. And it's just like, girl, we have not seen you address not a damn thing. Brit says, and she's not one of Charles's whores. Charles says he doesn't mess with whores. I know that's right. So both Brit and Angela say that they are willing to move forward. I think that they just said that because Charles was there. Okay, Angela looked like she would get Brit's ass again if she had to, and I don't blame her. So we have Kelly, she gets to telling Drew, yes, we can have a conversation and you have to be willing to tell the truth when you have a conversation. I was like, ooh. Now, it does look like that was her maiden name. I mean, the people did come out, online with some type of paperwork saying her maiden name is Drew Jordan. So I don't know, child, but Drew was teasing, and that wasn't even one of Drew's biggest lies. Now, if you go say Drew lied, let's stick to, like a big lie that we actually care about. Don't nobody care about the Michael Jordan thing. Like, come on. Shamia says that Drew is a verifiable liar, and you are in a best friend contract with a narcissist and a liar and a person that just flat out lacks empathy. So, girl. Shamia calls Drew Nokio. Girl, bye. Shout out to Benchworthy. He's in episodes. These girls, I don't know. Like I said, we need some more girls. We need like another older one or two. Because these girls are boring. Shamia was just whack at the table. I was like, Shamia, just shut up. Like, her reads towards Drew, they were not hitting. Whatever Drew was saying to her wasn't hitting. I'm not that annoyed, though, with Drew as much as I am, like, with Shamia, with Porsha. It's like, ugh. And Porsha, you whack as hell for putting it out there that Drew tried to sleep with Dennis. She doesn't have to try. She can, bitch, if she wants to. Okay? So, if he slept with you, he'll sleep with her. Okay? We know these men ain't got no type. No way. But Drew is a nice looking woman. So, yeah, I could see Dennis smashing that. That's if Drew wants to. We know Dennis wouldn't turn nothing down but his collar. So Drew ends up saying, well, I need to know, why is the damn episode trying to play, child? Okay? She says that she feels like Kelly be trying to turn it up. That's actually true about Kelly. I like Kelly, but Kelly likes to pick and choose like who she turns up with, I notice. And she does like pick and choose when she turns up and, gets all loud and confrontational. So Drew kind of says that to Angela. And another thing is, I don't think that the girls really like that Angela and Drew are cool and that they have an alliance. I think that's something that they don't like. I think Porsha felt like Drew is weak and Drew in the past has needed her. That's why she had her working for her hair company, to give her a bit of a boost. But yeah, Drew has really came into her own on this show. So it's just a matter of when the girls will respect it. Shout out to Drew. The people say that her album is really good. And I like some of the songs. I really do. Just not as much as I do Candace Dillard Bassett. I'm just saying, Candace is my girl. Shamia says to Drew, I don't understand how I caught a stray. Why am I being called a lapdog? Drew says she made the comment because Shamia took some information back to Porsha that wasn't true with the whole thing about her being able to pay for PJ's college with her album. Drew was just playing. It really wasn't a big deal. It wasn't nothing for Shamia to take back to Porsha. And Shamia, you are behaving like this as your best friend is treating you like shit. So it's like, stop defending this heifer. She wouldn't defend you. So you are acting like a lapdog. I don't think Drew was lying. So Drew apologizes to Shamia. She's just like, you know what? I apologize. I was hurt. That's why, I said what I said. And here goes Shamia. Well, I'm not going to forgive her apology. See, that's the problem, Shamia. That's the problem. You over there bowing down, acquiescing to Porsha and every fucked up thing she do. You willing to like turn the other cheek. And I know some people will say, well, that's her best friend. Yeah, but stop picking and choosing what people you let walk all over you. Okay, this girl trying to move on with you, it was you that really betrayed Drew. It wasn't the other way around. There was nothing wrong with what Drew said. This is a shady group. She can make a little comment saying, well, hey, I could pay for PJ's college. And guess what? That's what Dennis ended up saying. So it really wasn't shady. And then she said, well, maybe I can contribute to some snacks. Okay. Like, she's letting y'all know that Porsha doesn't have to feel a way about her and Dennis working together because their baby girl will benefit in the end. So who cares? That's the point she was making. And then we have Shamia barking and roof, roof, kiss my motherfucking ass. And like the read, it did not land. It didn't match. You look stupid and I'm team Drew. So next, honey, we got Miss Drew Sador, honey. Drew was looking good. Drew done lost some weight, honey. She looking fine and confident. And, I think it's her divorcing Ralph, so I'm seeing her swag and I'm really feeling Drew. I always liked her, you guys, and wanted to like her. I felt like she was trying too hard, but I think now that she has gotten rid of Ralph, I think she can really shine, and really be her true self. So I'm happy for Drew. And I wish her and her children, the very best. And congratulations, Drew. You deserve it, because you've been going through hell with this narcissistic Negro. He in the damn basement. You're a better one than me. His ass will have to get the hell on. Shake a bone and get the hell on. He would want to move, honey. He would wanna move dealing with me. Okay, I have all types of niggas up in there, and he'll be like, "Who is that? A new friend?" Okay, the kid's uncle. Okay, look, not the kid's uncle, honey, but yeah, he would want to leave. But she been through a lot, and so she deserves it. So shout out to Drew. And last but not least, honey, we got Frack and Whack. We have, I forgot to mention that Dennis was on the phone with Drew. Drew wanted to clear up some stuff with Dennis about Porsha saying that she wanted to sleep with him, and Dennis said it's not true. He never said that. And we all know that Porsha lied to, just try to make Drew bad. Try to make Drew look like her. Okay, her husband still an ass. So, yeah, a mess. But, yeah, bitches is always projecting, right? So, yeah, I'm glad that Drew got Dennis on the call. So, yeah. And Drew, Dennis, I guess, wrote and produced on the album, so shout out to him too. He did a really good job. So yeah, the people like the album. So yeah, I'm all for Dennis and Drew working together, honey. So, child, we got Frack and Whack. We hear Phaedra semi taking accountability. Child, she was so stoic on that stage. She didn't give a damn about what she did. She go say what she gotta say to collect her damn check. Okay? So she gets to talking about she played with fire with the whole sex dungeon thing, and that was her demise. And she get the teasing about the girls and what she knows about them. She says that Kelly is like a little person. I was like, oh, not like the Little Women's, honey. Okay. She says she like everything little. Little Duval, Little Wayne. I know that's right. What else? It looked like Phaedra, I don't know, it seemed like Porsha has more respect for Phaedra. You just see it in this scene more than Shamia. I don't know what it is. I don't know. And that's really go get in the middle of their friendship, because y'all remember they were already in a friendship triangle with Phaedra before, her and Shamia. And Shamia did not like that Phaedra got in between them. Porsha literally listened to everything Phaedra said about Shamia, that Shamia was fucking Candy and Todd. Porsha repeated it, never corrected it. She didn't have Shamia's back. Phaedra says Brit is a woman about the city and the country too, not the country club, honey. Okay? Do Phaedra even really know these girls, or she read up on them, or I don't know. And Porsha, honey, just getting her life, cracking up, having a good time. What is it? What did Nene call them? Freaking fraud. That's what they are. Frack and Whack. Ooh, child said Brit got more bodies than Willie, is what they say. They need to bring Kenya back, because Kenya, her and Angela, they could clock Phaedra. The other girls, they're not going to really be able to keep up. But mark my words, Angela is going to clock Phaedra. Yep. So Phaedra says that her and Shamia, they have a really good relationship and she's always down at the showroom. Porsha says, she didn't know that. And I'm going to tell you something. I feel like Porsha is a narcissist, like I said, and she loves like friends fighting over her. So for some reason, it just felt like she didn't really like that they were kind of cool. Because remember, it was, they were fighting over Porsha, honey, down to the season 9 reunion. So, yeah. Porsha asks Phaedra, does she know Drew Sidora? And here go Porsha. Yeah, she's working with my child's father. Why is that all you could say about Drew? How about she's beautiful and talented and got a better resume than you? At least with Drew, she got talent. You just try to sleep around, okay, to get yours. So Phaedra says, I thought that Drew was more into tacos than hot dogs. Here go Porsha. Well, apparently, honey, allegedly, they saying she wanted to sit on the hot dog. Don't nobody want Dennis. It's like, no. So then Phaedra tries to say, yeah, somebody told me that Charles Oakley has a wife. And so Porsha starts laughing about that. And it's like, why laugh when your scary ass was just running from Angela? Okay, so I think that Porsha sees Phaedra as a shield to protect her from the bullshit. Okay? She sees Phaedra as a shield. That way she could still not be accountable and responsible, honey, for her actions. So Porsha tells Phaedra that the girls are going to be going to Grenata and Phaedra is invited. They get Shamia and Kelly on the phone and everybody's so excited about Phaedra going on the trip. All right, you guys, that was the episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next video.